Hello and welcome to episode 237, Naija's Geeking Out, your favorite comic book podcast with the Naija twist. We're back, guys. We're back. And we don't have Tunde here today, but you've got the Three Musketeers. Start off with Red. Red, regular and punctual as usual. How are you?
As usual. I don't skive. And for people that skive, they'll get to listen to this. And Darkboy is outnumbered today. You can't see anything.
Okay, you were not here last week.
Even
last week you were not here. And you have the effortry to call yourself regular and punctual.
Even slave masters give Sabbath. Last week was a memorial, was holiday here, was bank holiday. You was bank holiday for you, but you were working. I don't know what's chasing you.
No, I wasn't working. I was dedicated. I came here to do the role for our fans, our listeners.
You need to rest. You need rest. Everybody needs rest. That's his intro, Kex. Let's take it away. That's what they did to me when you
welcome back. And that's his intro. Let's take it. That's done. Yeah, he's done. He's done. Right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Right. So today we've got a trailer, we've got some sad news, and we've got an update from we've got an update. Yeah, on an upcoming series, right? Yeah. On an upcoming series. That's what we're gonna say. So let's hop right into it. Do we want to jump straight into the news?
Yes.
The revelation.
So this news is regarding Marvel.
We kind of expected this.
Yes. So Daredevil season 2, we know is Daredevil. Yes. Born Again to get its full title, and we knew that Jessica Jones was coming back. We've seen that that's been officially announced.
Yes.
But we never really got an official announcement on the rest of the crew, Netflix crew. But we've seen pictures now from the sets, yes. And Luke Cage is back, and Iron Fist is back.
So I have a question.
Yes.
When Born Again was first announced, they said something crazy like 24 episodes or 18 episodes.
Yeah, it was 18. Yeah. Right, exactly.
So are you saying, I thought the story was already fleshed out and they just sort of chopped it and gave us the first 10 at season 1. And then we had something fleshed out. So are they still, or was this always part of the plan?
So here's my understanding what happened. Mm-hmm. And I might be wrong, but this is my understanding what happened is, yes, it was a planned 18 episode series.
Yeah.
And I think they filmed the majority of it.
Yep, that's what I understood it to be.
But then somebody came in and just looked at it and said, this is not working. And they didn't like the tone or the direction of the show. So they did a lot of reshoots and retasking of what was done. So my belief is a lot of the content was turned around and mixed up with new content to create what we had then. And they are filming now. And I think a lot of whatever's left might appear also in the next season, mixed in with the new content for the new direction. That's my belief of what's happened.
So you think season 2? You think season 2's new template is a fresh slate, pretty much?
Yeah, but I'm sure some of the old material will be in it, in my view.
Right. Yeah. You probably didn't bend everything. Yeah. Okay. So let's recap what we know about season 2. What we've gleaned, what we've seen about season 2. He's going to be wearing the black costume.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, have you not seen that?
I've not seen it either. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He's going to be wearing the black costume with the red, the armored one, except it's not.
Oh, sorry. I did hear about that. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's leaked.
Okay.
So Jessica Jones has leaked.
Yeah.
Right? Now you're saying that we've seen is it Mike Coulter as Luke Cage and Finn Jones as Iron Fist?
Correct. Yes.
How before we move on to someone that's just leaked about 9 hours ago, how do we feel about those two returning? All three. How do we feel about all three returning?
I'm very happy with Mike Coulter coming back. Very, very happy.
I like him.
Yes, I like him a lot. And I think he was a good Luke Cage.
Yeah.
For the series. I'd love Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones. Official sponsor. I love the show.
Yeah.
My views on
Finn Jones
are well documented. I don't want to say bad about people. So I'm not going to say too much. There's one character that I'm not aware of being mentioned that I want back, and that she's my Iron Fist, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Colleen Wing.
Correct.
Oh, she was really, really. I mean, they kind of should bring her back.
No.
Okay. I say they should because at the end of Iron Fist season 2, she had Iron Fist powers as well.
Yes, she was the Iron Fist.
No, I think it was both of them because he was using a gun. He was using guns.
Oh, was it shared? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was shared.
Oh, right. Okay.
She had a sword which she charged, and it was white, like
So
white
you
color.
guys, you actually finished watching that season.
I did. Season 2 is not that bad.
I didn't.
Season 1 is very, very.
You know me. I like to complete stuff. I did finish watching it.
Season 2 wasn't that bad. I feel quite bad for Finn Jones. I think he was miscast. One, so he shouldn't have been cast as Danny Rand. And then the direction of season 1 in particular was quite bad. And I meant the story, the plot in general of season 1 was quite bad. You know, there was a lot of boardroom stuff happening. There was a lot of, and I was like, okay, where's all this leading? Why is there so much like Rand Industries that we're talking about? And then the actual direction of the fight scenes, and you cannot mess up fight scenes for Iron Fist. You just can't.
To me, that was the cardinal sin.
Yes, absolutely. Not enough time to train. Not too many cuts. It was just absolutely dismal.
How can you have a series about Iron Fist who's like, let's say,
a martial artist,
number 2 or number 1 martial artist in whole of Marvel Comics?
Yes,
and yet Daredevil looks better than him at martial arts.
Infinitely better. I think he charged his fist maybe 3 or 4 times in the whole series.
It was embarrassing watching it.
It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
Season 2 was better. It was the one that had a guy called Davos, who was his like.
Davos. Yes, and that guy was a proper.
That guy was clearly a martial artist. Yeah. So that one had a lot. It was much better, to be honest. By the way, is this on Disney Plus? Does anybody know if this is on Disney Plus? I've not even heard about this in maybe 10 years.
Of course it is. What do you mean?
Yeah, if it's Oh, you're saying is
I
it
don't know if
currently on? Are you saying is it currently on Disney Plus, or is it going to be showing on Disney Plus?
Yes. Is it currently? Oh no, I mean
the whole
1 and 2
the whole Netflix back catalog is on Disney Plus.
Right now. Yeah, they moved everything. Yeah,
so that would be there as well. So season 2 was better, and I feel that Finn Jones has been very fairly criticized, but at the same time, I feel for him. He's a guy who got a gig, and people just absolutely going on him. I haven't seen him since then, not in anything. I'm willing to give him a chance. Oh, sorry. He was in Game of Thrones before that.
Let's hope he's put a lot more training in this time around.
I want to believe that. I want to believe that MCU / Disney heard all the complaints from the Netflix show and will do better. Because even in Defenders, it was better. Defenders was better.
Was he?
So now we've got him. The fight scenes were better. Sorry, like not the show. It's now I feel like I'm waffling.
No, you might be right. I honestly now couldn't remember whether it was better in the Defenders or not. I can't remember. Yeah, so I'll probably have to rewatch it again. It
was a bit better. Yeah, he had a fight with Luke Cage, and then he had a fight with Daredevil as well. So I'm just hoping that this one is better. His depiction, the action, the fight scenes. I feel they should give themselves enough time to do it properly. Now, the latest person 9 hours ago that was seen on set is your girl, the White Tiger niece. She is the new White Tiger, so she's in costume. So Red, Ayala, Ayala's niece, Red. What we're saying, trash, right? This 4'8" girl is going to be White Tiger. I don't know. I just wonder if it's going to be like a symbolic White Tiger, like she doesn't have powers and she's just like a symbol.
It's not. Stop daydreaming. She's going to be there. She's going to be beating up the big boys. You will see
at 4 foot. Okay.
Cakes his face.
Exactly. I like it.
This is Darkball, who's one of his core arguments when talking about fights is mismatch.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe. Yeah, you believe size. You
He
believe
will tell
size
you she has
matters.
powers.
Mismatch a normal human being versus another human being. But if it's a superpowered person, how's that mismatch?
You're telling me, but others are also it's going to be a superpowered world now. So what's she going to be doing?
Yes, yeah, but superpowers past superpower now.
We've had this conversation. We've had this argument that
we'll see.
We still haven't seen. We didn't see Ayala use superpowers in the series.
To be honest, we didn't even see him do anything apart from one fight. Is it one or two
Yeah,
fights?
Yeah. He had like one fight on CCTV, and then
yeah. So we didn't see
fights at the.
But they mentioned
where he didn't have his.
Yeah, but they mentioned in the show the mystic powers of the what was it called?
No, they said it's a mystical amulet.
The amulet.
They don't say the nature of the powers. So my own challenge has always been they don't say the nature of the powers.
We don't know it yet. Yeah, we don't know it.
It's going to make her denser. It's going to be like 4'7" and weighing 500 pounds.
And let me guess, she had one year of martial arts training with her uncle Ayala, and now she's the new White Tiger. Anyway, season 2 seems to be quite packed.
White Tiger juggernaut.
Remember, we still have the swordsman, and we still have Frank Castle. Right.
Yeah.
In right. So it feels like it's going to be
okay. That's true. So those are two of the vigilantes have already been caught.
Yeah.
Well, Frank Castle is about to escape.
So
yeah.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, he got that cop and
the idiots.
So actually, that's why thanks for reminding me. So with the appearance of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Technically, do you think they would be classified as vigilantes and Keeper goes after them? Or do you think they'll just come out and try and be aiding? Because are they truly vigilantes? They're not really. Well, in the case so far, they were not truly vigilantes, were they?
They're vigilantes, right?
Were they?
Powerman and Iron Fist are vigilantes.
Did Powerman do vigilante stuff? I'm trying to remember the series. I know, like Daredevil.
Powerman did.
Okay.
Powerman did. However, at the end of his series, he became like the new cotton.
He took over. He took over the
he took over the club and the operations. So I don't know where that leaves us. And I truly suspect that this season is going to run through, and then the last final maybe 3 episodes or so, they're going to come and support him. I don't think.
So Jessica Jones was definitely not vigilante.
No,
she was an investigator. She was
PI who had powers.
She was a PI,
yeah.
So I suspect that at the end they're going to come towards the end, maybe final 2 episodes, final 3 episodes. I don't think it's going to be a running thread through the series. But
yeah, I agree.
So the Defenders are back. When is season 2 of Born Again?
I think it's next season. So this year.
No, next year. No, it can't be this year. We just finished.
We watched season 1 in March.
Oh, so okay, so early February, maybe early February 2020.
Okay. We might as well. Looking forward to it, not looking forward to it, not caring.
I'm more excited to see the old Netflix people come back than the actual
story
of what we had in Born Again. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I've been online. People seem to be praising it. I thought it wasn't that good. It was a toilet, but I thought some parts of it. I thought, guy, I could drive a tank through some of these plot threads here. Yeah, personally.
Red?
I'm looking forward to Born Again season 2. Defenders. I don't know. I have no. If the past history is anything to go by, they have to do a hell of a job for Iron Fist to be convincing. Because it's coming with baggage.
A lot.
With a lot of baggage. So I don't know. My expectations are already low just by adding him. So they have to do a lot.
Okay. I think I'm looking forward to it. I'm not overly excited, but I am sort of like, okay, let's see what season 2. Let's finish this story, and then see where we go from there. Are we going to have a Jessica Jones season 3, 4, or is that done? Are we going to have? What does that
Oh.
mean for the rest?
Okay, I told you. I told you again. That's
Yeah. So I think depending on the reception of Born Again, it might determine whether or not they will give us more of the others.
I'm torn because I like Jessica Jones, the series, season 1 and 2.
Yeah,
but I'm worried that this will just pure for money reasons, just do it without actually having a good script or a good, if they could get if it's a good written script with a good storyline, I'm on board. If it's just a cash cow or content for content's sake, I'm not on board. If they get me a Tony Gilroy on board to come and write it, then yes, I'm in. Otherwise, I beg your pardon.
I mean, season 2 was good. That was which one had Kilgrave?
That's one.
Season 1 had. Season 2 had Nuke and Hellcat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was and
chopping drunks.
Her friend Patty. Then Luke Cage was season 1 was. Was season 1 Cottonmouth or season 2?
Season 2 was Cottonmouth.
Season 2 was Cottonmouth. Season 1 was Diamondback.
Yeah, Diamondback.
No. Season 2 was Bushmaster, the Jamu guy, the Yardie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right.
So Cottonmouth was in both then.
Was in both seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. With was it Alfred Woodard or I think it was Alfred Woodard.
Rosario Dawson and okay.
Yes, Rosario Dawson has always been the night nurse.
I hope she comes back as well.
She elevates all of them.
She's welcome back anytime.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that is the news from Marvel side and the news side. In terms of trailers, we have got a trailer that dropped this week.
Yes, we have a trailer for an upcoming TV series to Prime, and it's the spin-off from The Boys.
Okay.
Gen V. So Gen V's next season is drop the trailer, and let's watch it. I've seen it already, but we can watch it again on the podcast. All right, so we get your first time reaction to this.
Yes, please.
Let's.
I like it. I like it.
Can I make it very?
I was trying to be calm. I was trying to be cool, but I like it.
But okay, can I make a statement and tell me if you agree?
Okay.
I am actually, I'm in my shape to say this, more excited for next season of Gen V now than The Boys.
Oh yeah, by far.
No.
Yes, I am.
What are they going to do with The Boys?
I don't know. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Boys. I think we talked about. I think we theorized that there's going to be a time skip for The Boys
because it's already what's that diminishing returns for us anyways. Was not.
Yeah. After the last one was a bit iffy. I think there's going to be a time skip after what's his name? Claim Power. What's his name? Homelander. Claim Power, and then they caught The Boys and stuff. Yeah, I think they're going to do maybe 3-4 years, and then because the final episode anyway, final season, so then just wrap it up.
So then this Gen V is set in that gap.
Ooh, that is very, very, very possible because this takes place almost immediately after the last one because this guy's still trying to find out what happened to his son.
Yeah,
and they have been incarcerated.
Yes,
and then obviously some sort of conditioning or
release.
Behavior. Yeah, and they're now released again. And it looks like.
Can I confirm something? Because you just said something just now, and that's one bit that confused me.
Yes.
The magnetic guy.
Yes, Polaris.
In real life, the actor died.
Right? Oh, the son, the magnetic boy. Yes,
the son died in real life.
Yes.
But did not die in the show.
I think they killed him in the show because.
So now here the excuse is that he's died. Okay, good. Okay, I was just trying to work that out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they got lucky.
In a weird way, I think that kind of I've not seen the show yet.
It works.
It works out in their favor.
Yes.
Yeah. Good motivation.
Yeah. That's all the dad looks proper.
Yes.
And so it looks like this universe is turning more into a child savior type school
Pretty much.
with training.
Yeah, training now how to use their powers. Yes. I like what I'm seeing. I like the sci-fi, the new Dean. I like that guy, the actor himself. I like him a lot.
I've seen him before in other things.
Yeah.
Who is he? I don't know.
Was good.
He's in
I can't remember what I've seen, but I know I recognize him as soon as I saw him.
Oh yeah. I even know his name. He's a Jewish guy. Sorry, I know it sounds funny, but he's a Jewish guy. He voiced Batman in the Cape Crusader. He's the voice of Batman.
Okay.
He was in that show on Netflix that was about Midnight Mass. Yes, Midnight Mass. That was it. Yeah, Midnight Mass. It was not a mini series. Yeah, mini series. I guess it was a limited series, 5 episodes. He was a man. He was Hamish Linklater. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. Absolutely spot on.
Okay.
So yeah, he was a priest there who was actually like a devil, who was actually like a vampire. Very good actor. Yeah, I like him. So he's going to be the dean. It looks like.
Yeah.
Cool. And
I forgot about my favorite character, the girl that changes shape, size.
The small girl, yeah.
Even seeing her there, I
know.
See her.
It was good to see her, and I absolutely hated seeing the one that when she touches you, she tells you what.
Oh, well, because she's got to be, because we left her as a villain, like a full villain at the end.
Sold them out. Yeah, she sold them out. So yeah. So I was, and she's clearly in the boys as well. She joined the side of the of Homelander.
Homelander, and even I guess the theme of humans versus superpower people is still
has now spilled over. So
they now have human entrances, human badges. You know, pure vote. What's it? Pure blue votes blood or whatever.
Yeah. Our veins run through. Our veins run through with pure blue.
True blue. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. That whole world of the boys is sometimes not very subtle in their messages.
No.
not sometimes.
But the thing is, the truth is, it kind of reminded me a little bit about, the late 1930s, when Germany was going through that whole, if you are Jewish.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. So it's I just hope it's not so heavy-handed as The Boys was the last season, in terms of its social messaging or in terms of any kind of parallels I would draw with reality. There is still obviously that tongue-in-cheek.
I think it's gonna be
juvenile humor. You think so?
Yeah. So I think there will be messaging.
Yes, always.
Messaging, but I'm guessing a lot of it will be coming from the adult side of this show, and the teens were what's that phrase they used? They'll be disrupting. This quo.
Yeah.
So I kind of think I've got a vibe kind of the dynamics, and then I'm really interested in what they're going to do with Polaris and his search for answers to what happened to his son in the show.
Oh yeah, even the part, it looks like, because if I remember correctly, the last season he was losing control of his powers.
His powers was killing him.
We're killing him. Okay.
His powers was killing him, if I remember. Yeah.
So I suspect that he's he's almost going to side with those kids to find out what happened. And
yeah.
Okay. All right. Excited. I'm excited. September 17th, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Just like that, we're in the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Are we though?
No, we're not. Well, I mean, we're in June.
We're the last one of the first half. Yeah.
We're cutting over very soon. Yeah.
We've got Fantastic Four. We've got Superman to look forward to. We have something else that was Ironheart as well.
Are we looking forward to that? Yeah, that Boys.
No.
Nope. I don't know anybody who is, if I'm being honest.
Tunde is looking forward to seeing the girl again, Dominique something.
For very nefarious reasons.
He's weird like that.
Highly nefarious. But okay, so now we talked about our trailer, and then now on to the really sad news.
Yes.
We found out last week, I think it was the 25th of May, that one of the comic book, not just comic book, right, but also
TV, novels,
novels. Yeah, I mean,
a giant of the entertainment world. Let's use that word. I mean,
that no, well said.
Yes,
well said.
Peter David. Let's put that in now. Peter David. And to be honest, this episode for me, I'm dedicating it to Peter David and the work he's done.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about his work. But almost anybody who's been a fan of the MCU, anybody who's been a fan of the DCU, you have to thank him. And I'll tell you why you have to thank him, because a lot of stuff that you are aware of came from his mind.
Yeah. Whether it's novels, whether it's video games, whether it's cartoons, whether it's TV series, whether it's comic books, he's had all of them. He's had the Peabody, Eisner, Inkblots, Saturn Awards, Wizard. Like, he's big. But
he's one in all.
Well regarded. He passed away on the 25th of May. I don't even know what the cause of death is, I haven't even checked, but he was 68 years old.
Kidney failure or something like that.
Or was
it? I didn't even realize that. Okay.
Renal, kidney, liver.
Yeah, so apparently he had a long hospitalization in Suffolk after strokes and other health conditions. The cause of death was a cardiac arrest, although his wife was cited in New York Times as saying it was another stroke again. He was cremated and there was no service.
God. Okay. That is
probably how you wanted it.
Yeah. I mean, now the weird thing is, I mean, so I'm just reading up on his health issues here. So apparently he had to undergo surgery to relieve back pain. I mean, his job doesn't help, and he's one of the old school ones where they were still bending over to look at, stuff, to write, to read, to draw. He had a herniated disc at some point. He had fluid buildup. He had knee pains. I mean, hip pain. He's been through the gamut of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But may his soul rest in peace. Peter David. Right. So some of the stuff that he's done. Right. And I don't want to go into comic book stuff.
Before I want you to tell me what's your favorite piece of his work?
That's kind of easy. And I've talked about.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going.
No, you don't even know what I'm.
Oh, don't. Oh, surprising.
I've talked about this before. And what I said about it there was about Daredevil and Spider-Man teaming up in a book, and it was the death of Jean the Wolf.
Ah, right. Yes. Okay, I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even say his most iconic work, but his work that has stuck with me personally the most is that particular story, the death of Jean the Wolf, which was there was a character introduced called Senator, who was a villain, human. He was a vigilante and he killed a cop called Jean the Wolf, who was a police chief. And it was a Spider-Man comic. It was a Spider-Man story that had what's his name in there as well. Daredevil came in there as well. But I absolutely just loved that book and it resonated with me. And I read it, I think maybe when I was in my year one or something. Not in university, I mean secondary school year one, like just one. But yeah, so that book, absolutely read. It's maybe very early 90s, maybe 91 or something like that. 92 was when that was written, but it stuck with me. But that's mine. I don't want to talk about all the other stuff.
Okay. But that's yours. Red?
Yeah, that's mine.
So I liked his Incredible Hulk, but more recently I fell in love with the Spider-Man 2099. When that was introduced, it was a new take on Spider-Man with all the gadgets and stuff, and I liked it.
Yeah. The whole cyberpunk thing.
I mean, okay.
Funny, you should say that. Sorry, that was to interrupt you, but funny you should say that. I watched Across the Spider-Verse with
Miguel.
my kid on Saturday, I think it was, and he absolutely loves Miguel O'Hara, like, which I don't get, because I'm like, why do you like this bad guy terrorizing this? Well, he just like, he liked the you know, the costume, the way he was cool. Like, he had, like, you know, the laser webs that he uses and everything, and I was like, you know, this is really like a really good design and character and all of that, and the way they portrayed it in Across the Spider-Verse.
It's not lazy when somebody is. I mean, it's from existing property, but you can see that thought has gone into it.
Thought and effort.
Effort has gone into it.
And to me, that's an example of what I was talking about earlier, that people who might not know him, but I enjoy his work today. And I did not even think about Miguel O'Hara as an example, but that's a great example there. You know, because of Spider-Verse, he was the main protagonist in that film, and that was Peter David. You know, mine's an obvious one. It's one I thought everybody's going to say first. It's his work on the Incredible Hulk.
Yes,
his run on Incredible Hulk.
Yes,
is the best Hulk has ever been. It's not. I don't think it's ever been as good as that. And since that time, I'm happy to be challenged by the people. I don't know, but he was, and he introduced. I mean, anybody who watched the MCU, you were introduced to the Smart Hulk.
Yeah,
that came from Peter David, Professor. We in the comics, it's called Professor Hulk. Was he ever given that name in the MCU? I don't know whether they ever called him that.
No, but it was just smart in Endgame.
Yeah, they just called him. Yeah, he was there. I mean, the character was there, but I was wondering, did they ever refer to him as Professor Hulk in MCU?
I can't remember that now.
But anyway, the Smart Hulk is Peter David, but his run goes beyond just that part. That was just one aspect of what he brought to us. A lot of the Hulk mythos that's been mined in TVs, movies, come from his run. His run was great.
I mean,
you're going.
I was just going to say, I was today's years old when I realized what you just mentioned, Ben 10.
Oh yeah, Ben 10.
I had absolutely no idea.
Yes, he was involved in Ben. Which, I'm not a Ben 10 fanboy, but I'm aware of it. And
I liked it, but I'm not a fanboy. I was getting past it in age when it came in.
Yeah, when it came out, we had just started to age out of it. But Ben 10 is incredibly popular.
Very.
Incredibly. Like, it has its own like lore.
Its own generation. It has its own generational following.
Absolutely. And there's different Ben 10s. So apparently there's a Ben 10 where he's a man now. And his Omnitrix that he uses is like has evolved, and there's time travel involved where he's gone to meet other versions of, like, it's a big
but he was involved.
I think I was reading up on it. Like, this was a while.
So he was involved with
which one? Alien Force.
Okay. Alien Force, that's the one.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It has different. So many. It's really big. He also did Young Justice, didn't he?
Correct.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that. Yes, Young Justice, which was incredibly popular as well.
Yeah,
incredibly popular.
Very popular.
Yeah, I mean, he's worked for DC. I mean, I always in my head, I always think of him as a Marvel guy because of his work.
Aquaman is DC though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, he's done equally as much with DC as well.
Yeah,
People who watch Aquaman in the movie, in the series, that edgy Aquaman came from him. He was the first guy who tried to make Aquaman edgy, gave him long hair, gave him a hook hand. That's Peter David. So you have Jason Momoa, you have Peter David to thank for that. Really.
True.
Yeah,
true.
He's. I mean, he had a Supergirl that was a great run as well in DC, and I enjoyed the Supergirl. The Babylon 5. I mean, as a sci-fi buff,
I love that series.
This
is shocking to me that he did Babylon 5. I didn't know that.
So he's been everywhere. I mean, again, I'm a big Star Trek fan, and when I used to read the novels, the best novels were Peter David ones, and he
wrote a few.
Yeah, he wrote quite a few.
Oh, okay.
But there are some that are like almost, let me say, world renowned among the Star Trek. One called Imazadi, which is a story about the empath. I just mentioned that I forgot it.
Dana Troy.
Yeah, Dana Troy and Riker and the romance. Peter David was a giant. In comics, in sci-fi, generally.
In TV.
He did a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. The Maestro. We never mentioned the Maestro.
Oh, God.
I did that also.
How can I not mention the Maestro? For our listeners, the Maestro is another incarnation of the Hawk.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not a comic reader, you might not have come across him yet. But there's no way he's not going to appear in the MCU very soon.
I agree. You can't really.
You think it's coming into the MCU?
It has to,
whether it's Tuesday or whether it's Secret Wars, the thing is, it's blasphemous that they haven't even introduced him at some point. We haven't even seen
Maestro is Peter David.
Huge.
Yes.
Yes.
That's Peter David.
I don't know if you remember, one of my recommended reads a few years ago was the Hawk.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Peter David.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
It was part of Hawk when he did the feature. Just he's run on Hawk. It's just
he gets Hawk.
Yeah, it was. Question: I'm not sure whether this was him or not.
Yes,
but I remember in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yes,
we saw the claw, the Hawk fight. That was Peter David, wasn't it? When Hawk fought.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can see the image where his claws come out, and I can't remember.
Okay. You keep talking now. I'm going to check. I've got a feeling it was him as well.
Hawk reflection in claws.
Yes.
I do not remember. Oh, it says Todd McFarlane.
Oh, yes. It's him.
Was it him? Okay.
It's him.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that was him. So that classic scene, guys, that you watched in Deadpool versus Wolverine, where you saw Hawk in the claws of Wolverine, that was the cover of the comic that he wrote.
Jesus.
And that was a great story as well. I actually remember the details of that battle.
Wow. That is something else. Okay. Yeah, so Peter David, may he rest in peace, 68.
Yep.
Still quite young for modern
modern age. Yep. It's sad,
But there's some of his books though that I have not read, and I hear that they're quite good. So if we could do,
what we should do is try and get some recommendations.
Yes, some recommendations. Yeah, because there's one called Spy Boy, which is from Dark Horse.
Okay.
You know what? I think I've read that name rings a bell. I can't remember. I've got a feeling I might have read that before. Okay. Anything else?
There's also Fallen Angel. Fallen Angel was DC. It's a DC comic books one. And then I think it was published under IDW.
That one I 100% read. 100% read. Okay. That story was meant to be a Supergirl story.
That's what they say here. Yeah, exactly. It says
I remember it totally. But he had to repurpose it. This is with it being a Supergirl story.
Okay. Then this one I can recommend. This one I've read it. X Factor. It is the X Factor where they were a detective agency. That was really good. I think that was the one that Siren got pregnant with Jamie Madrox's kid. Yeah. One of his dupes had a baby with Siren.
Unbeknownst to everybody else, if I remember correctly.
Unbeknownst to everybody else. Yeah, exactly. Unbeknownst to everybody else. So I think when the baby was born, when he held on to the baby, he now absorbed the baby by accident or something.
Yeah.
So it was. I don't think the funny thing is I don't think she's actually recovered from that. So now Siren she's been depicted as somewhat unstable since that incident. But yeah, that was a really good run as well. So I'll be picking up some of his stuff just to sort of refresh myself and do a good farewell.
You can't go wrong. And guys, even if you're not into reading comics, you want to read novels, and he's written loads of novels. He's just a plain good writer. Yeah, go on. So you're going to say something?
I do want to get back into Star Trek novels, actually.
Yeah. Oh, his Star Trek books were really good. I read quite a few of them.
I don't have time.
There was a series of them around the engineering corps that I was reading a while back, and I think I just lost track.
Right.
They were like maybe 8 books about just the just the engineering core there. So I think I'm going to go back into that. But yeah, so peace, David. Rest in peace. Right, talking about next week and what our plans are for what to cover next week. Any idea, guys? What do we want to talk about next week?
I think we should talk more comics, and
I agree.
Yes. So, and I think we should go offline, and I want to talk about some. I want to talk about some comics from Africa or Nigeria at the moment.
Yep.
Because I think we've been a bit lapsed recently.
Yeah.
So we can put our feet back in the water. I do know the Comic Con. There's a Comic Con being held in Ibadan coming over this weekend, and I'm hoping that there'll be a lot of stuff coming out from that we can also discuss.
Oju Dioba is this weekend, though.
Nobody cares about that, Sham.
I was expecting something like that. I will pepper you with pictures.
All right.
So we could do that. I know they do some comic awards over the weekend, so we can just use that as a springboard.
Exactly. That will be our decision as to what to cover, what to read.
Yes, indeed.
Are we going to have anybody on site?
Well, Kuswa will be there. A friend of the podcast. He's reported a couple of times for us.
Yes.
So he's going to be there.
Can we bring him back on to talk about books or anything exciting? Just beyond the cosplaying. I mean, what?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about books and stuff.
Yeah, book. Okay.
Agreed. Anybody reading anything at the moment that you're enjoying? Things are nice.
Well, I want to mention. Well, we've mentioned already Martian Manhunter, so I don't want to repeat myself. We've mentioned
absolute Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, absolute. Sorry, absolute Martian Manhunter.
Are you still defending Absolute Flash?
I am.
Sorry.
Am I still reading it?
It's the weakest of the lot. It's the weakest of the lot.
I actually agree with you. It is, especially in terms of being different from the but yeah, it's more closer to a standard Flash comic.
Yeah.
It's not far off. Yeah, I
so I've not read it, but been the weakest of a lot. Comparing the standards the others have been may not be a bad thing. It doesn't mean it's bad.
It's not a bad book. It's just not.
It's just not at that level of the other absolutes.
It's not as different from.
Oh, it's not different. Okay.
Yeah, you know that the Superman story is totally different.
I want that to be canon.
So Wonder Woman is the most. Well, I think Absolute Martian Manhunter is the most different now in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Of all of them, I think the next most different one in my mind. I was going to say Wonder Woman, but I'm changing my mind. It's Green Lantern. That's my favorite at the moment.
So, the Green Lantern, very good.
Yeah, it's my favorite at the moment.
Very good. So it's those standards that I'm using to look at all of them, and I'm like, Absolute Flash is honestly, if I read it by itself, it's maybe a 6 out of 10, if that.
It can pass as a Flash book without being absolute.
It could.
And the thing is, Flash books have been, for me, on the decline. They're not great. Yeah. They're not great.
I didn't say That
year
was low.
I'm a fanboy for Wally West.
I know. That's why I'm not letting you pass that.
I'm a fanboy for Wally West. Yeah, but I won't be shouting the main books. I'm not going to be shouting them to that. I read them and I'm up to date with them, but you never see me talk about it because they are just the average. They're not very nothing, superb about it that I can start shouting about. So that's what I'm keep quiet.
I mean, I don't even. I've stopped reading them. I'll read the new Aquaman, Zatanna, Two-Face.
Yeah, I see.
All of it.
So I like Two-Face.
So I was gonna bring Two-Face here to say that Two-Face is one that I would recommend. That was my recommendation.
Yeah, so I do like Two-Face a lot.
5 or so.
You should
read it.
I liked the new relaunch of Superman, but it's a relaunch, so I'm not going to recommend it.
Superman in summer. Or which one? The one with the
all in Superman, where they kind of basically they're giving us a full history of his. I'm talking about the main canon Superman now. So they're giving us a look at Smallville, how he grew up in Smallville.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
And now we have a new.
See the one that Lana got married.
Yes. And now we got new status quo. So they kind of, I think there are 2 or 3 books that kind of reset the status quo of Superman, and now Kryptonite is now
all over the place.
It's commonplace in the world. There's a whole country that's now almost like a Wakanda full of Kryptonites, and now the Kryptonians are strong. Sorry, the Kryptonians like Supergirl. They have to work harder. But ironically, Superman now is like golden Superman. So it's
because they have to.
Yeah. So, but I don't know how is that a temporary thing? We don't know. It literally was the last page of that panel, and we see him as golden Superman. So it's strange. I'm getting more excited about Superman for now.
James Gunn is doing a good work in terms of.
Well, I do think that's where it's all coming from.
Yeah,
that's, I think they've given these writers some new pep. Listen, guys, change things up, and it's bright and bold. And I think Mark Waid, in a way, is becoming a showrunner almost for the comics.
For the comic books, okay.
Yeah, because World Finest, Justice League, they're his templates. I think one of those specials was written by him as well for Superman.
Yeah, the first one, Summer in Smallville or something.
Yeah. So it seems it's almost like before. Who was it before that? I think Mark Waid's fingerprints are now more all over DC, and it's back to, I would say, late 80s, early 90s, more optimistic vibe.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think Superman has been like steady high level, not top, not god tier, but just steady high level.
Yeah.
Conversely, I think Shazam or Captain Marvel has dropped since Mark Waid has left it.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh no, there's no. Mark Waid gets it. Mark Waid gets the captain. Him leaving was a blow to me. Personally. I won't lie.
That said, it gets the captain.
Yeah.
He refuses to use that name.
No, that's his name now. That's his name in Disney now.
Oh, the captain. Okay, I've not read it.
He's not going back fully to the Captain Marvel, but he's now the captain.
The captain. Slowly but surely, you get your wish.
Oh yeah, my prayers are coming true.
What else?
So I've been reading a lot of the Batman book. Well, I read a lot of all books.
I don't. There's no bad Batman book.
Yes,
there's no bad Batman.
Almost the 3 or 4 different writers. I'm enjoying the Batman books. I'm enjoying Catwoman.
Yeah, Catwoman is good.
Two-Face, you mentioned.
Two-Face is good.
It's good.
Nightwing has dipped.
Now I struggle to read it. I won't lie.
Nightwing has dipped. Yeah.
Hush comic, I'm enjoying it. The new Hush.
I think I've only read 2 or 3.
I think there's only been 2 or 3 out.
Yeah.
There's the Year One book.
That's Jeff Loeb. So I'm like, I'm willing to give it some.
The Year One book is great. The Robin Year One book. Love it.
Chris Samney.
Yes.
And Mark Waid. It's a Mark Waid book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, so again, there you go.
Mark Waid and Chris Samney. It's his top stuff. It's his, what's his name? Dick's Year One with.
Yeah, Dick's Year One. Love it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. So yeah, they've been their level has been consistent. Even the what's that guy's name with the new powers? Aquaman and his new powers. That one is good as well.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
It's nice. It's nice.
I'm reading it, but same way Teen Titans to me. I'm like, I'm
okay.
not too.
It's okay. I mean, it's no Birds of Prey, which is still Kelly Thompson is still
good.
Yeah.
Batgirl, very good.
Do you know I'm not really feeling Batgirl like that?
Oh,
I'm reading it.
I've never really liked that character though.
Cassandra
you never liked it?
No.
Okay.
I'm almost a fanboy for her. To be honest,
I like Cassandra Cain a lot.
Yeah,
I like
really
the way she's depicted as the quiet, stoic, but she has a personality when you get to know her type. You know, the one I've never liked is Spoiler. I've never liked Spoiler.
It's weird how much grief I give Batman, but I enjoy quite a lot. I like Spoiler. I got no when she was Robin, I was all for it. When she was Robin,
she's the least trained. I'm just not a fan. But
yeah. New God is good
out there. Which one?
Oh, New Gods.
New Gods.
Are you mad? New Gods is amazing.
Texas. Even before he read a page, he already said it was good.
I read one page.
I read a page. He said it was good.
That is good. It's quite good. I'm liking it a lot.
Okay, so what we'll do next week is we'll focus on comic books next week, guys, and give you a couple of recommendations, and then we'll pick our favorite ones that we're reading, and then we'll talk about it. Yep. All right, awesome. Right, guys, thank you. It's been a short one, but it's been episode 237 of Naija's Geeking Out. Remember to rate, like, subscribe, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and yes, we have a new Facebook page, don't we? That one.
Oh yes, guys, we've got a new community on Facebook. Naija's Geeking Out. Please, guys, go on and join it out. If you're following our page, I will send out invites to the group. But here we can interact, talk, and discuss. We've got a big community going, guys. Let's keep on building. Thank you for inviting me, Kex. That's
and today, and this year, big year for comic books. We've got Fantastic Four, we've got another Fantastic Four, and we've got another Superman coming out.
Yes,
flagship characters for both comic book houses.
Superman, the beginning of DC.
Yes,
Fantastic Four, the beginning of the Marvel age.
Guys, this is like it's gonna be a peak because
super fantastic.
I'm worried for Fantastic Four. I'm worried.
Optimism, good vibes.
No, I'm putting out good vibes because I want it to do well. I was watching the trailer again because I went to the cinema this weekend and I saw the trailer again and I was up in my seat and I was like seeing those things we talked about as you know, Sue is clearly the leader.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes.
Like she is the one that is front and center. She's the one that's
why that made the news and she had to say reimagining women's roles.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know there was a bit of a controversy.
Yeah, but so that's my issue.
Yeah.
When you take that when you take that don't leave that out of context because she
in isolation it comes out bad. Yeah.
It sounds like here we go again.
Yeah.
But within context of first of all, and Sue's role as the years progressed, it's totally on point. You know, yes, Sue started off like a typical, which is why she was Invisible Girl. She was invisible behind. Sorry.
Yeah. No. When you finish, I'll
yeah. But then in the I think it was in the 90s especially when John Brown took over.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it's one thing John Brown gets. He does women well, and he even said she's the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four based on how her pearls work.
Yes,
and she was more assertive, and she was the mother of the group, but in a way also a leader because Reed Richards is almost like the absent-minded professor type.
Yep.
In a clinch, he will come up with a gimmick or a machine that will work. He's very clever, but he's not. Sue was more into the leader type. Keeping. Don't let me say leader. The glue.
Yeah, I think it's more. That's better. I think she's more. Okay. No, I'm agreeing with you because always seen Sue as someone who kind of takes a back seat to read a lot. You know, she will almost defer to him and say, okay, what are we going to do? But she will be the one to bring everybody together. Okay, let's do this. And I always felt like she's not had enough. Agency is not the word. But okay, Reed has had situations, things like the Council of Reeds. Yes. Reed has had situations where things like we know his dad is his dad Nathaniel Reed or something?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, his dad
like
a time traveler type thing, explorer type thing. You know, so he has things going for him. He's on the was it Council of Five? Or was it that those guys
Illuminati?
Illuminati. I said Council of Five. Thank you. Johnny, between having a baby with Lila, getting married to Crystal, dying. Johnny has had things too. You know, Johnny was the one that was left behind with the Annihilus thing, right?
Correct. Yes. He died there and everything.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, exactly. So things have happened to him. I think between what's his Yancey Street boy, his name?
Oh, the thing. Yeah.
Grimm.
Yeah.
Ben Grimm.
Yeah. So the thing too, as his Yancey Street guys, his adopted kids now in the Ryan North one. I just feel like the other three have had almost storylines around them or things happening for them. But Sue has been that, Namor likes her. She's supporting cast. I don't know. I've just always had that, like, she needs to have her own story, not being the mother of Franklin or Valerie or the older sister to Johnny, or the younger sister to Ben, or the wife to Reed. I want her to have her own. And this woman in this movie, and it feels like in this direction, I think she's going to be like the guest one. Like, and I'm so for it. I'm so for it. I'm so for it. Yeah. So fingers crossed on FF. I mean, Superman. I don't see how this film doesn't make 800 million. I don't see how.
Which one?
Superman.
Oh, Superman. Oh.
That's a film that, at a minimum,
as in, I don't see how it doesn't.
At a minimum, if I'm not watching this, I'm watching it twice. That's the minimum.
I personally, I think we should we should go see it together with Wale.
I'm down for that. Yeah, this would be one of those films. Yeah. Actually, you know what? It's almost time.
What does that put me? You guys.
No,
we'll take a phone into this thing, and we'll be this is an IMAX.
This is one of us where I will send out the word to the geeks, where we come together to watch it in Waterloo or somewhere.
Guys, what we'll do is, even as a community, like just geeking out, whether you're in Lagos, England, the States, try to meet up with fellow Naija Geeking Out fans.
Yes, indeed.
And group watching, please. Okay. Thanks, guys. Red, say your goodbyes.
Hi, Dakbo. Well, I'll see you guys next week. Sorry.
That will.
Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you later.
Bye.